Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 13 of Feed the Beast Unstable. All right. In this episode, we are going to do something that I've actually been working towards kind of the entire time that I've been screwing around with Thaumcraft. That would be the Thaumostatic Harness. It's going to allow me to fly on command. It's going to be wonderful. Unfortunately, it has an instability level of kind of high. Or I should just say high. I don't know why I said kind of high. But anyway, it's going to let me fly. There are a few things we have to do to prepare for it. So if you remember from the previous episode, we didn't have any of these awesome crystals or candles or any of that stuff set up. And we definitely didn't have, oh baby, this thing set up. So before we actually get to work creating the Thaumostatic Harness, there are a few things that I still need to do to get started, or rather to get ready. And one of those involves actually messing around with some of this cool stuff up here. Now this stuff probably looks completely new, completely different, but it really isn't. It's actually altogether quite familiar. You know, I knew I needed to leave my pickaxe on my tool. Or action bar. Anyway, this is probably familiar. The Thaumatorium. It's pretty awesome. Automated alchemy at its finest. You have to excuse the server. It's a little bit laggy right now. We're not quite sure why. I think it's actually just lag. Just general, I don't know, storming somewhere lag. But, everyone's ultra paranoid because we've had issues in the past. So, we're just being extra careful. But anyway, Thaumatorium is very much the same that it always was, except for these guys on the side. The emptying essentia transfusers. Yeah, these guys are pretty damn fancy. And I actually need to kind of use this thing real quick because I need to make some more brass plates. So, yeah, if you've never used this guy before, it's pretty simple. Just place the catalyst in there, and then you can cycle through the different things that you can create with that catalyst. Now, I need to make some alchemical brass, and all I need is just some aqua and some I can't remember what it's called. This stuff. You know, any other time I know what it's called, so I'm just going to say But anyway, we actually have plenty of this sitting all over the place. Wow, actually I have way more than I thought I did. Wow. But anyway, we have enough. So all I need to do is just click this guy. Oh, I didn't want that, but I guess I'll have Thaumium Ingot. Now, because I actually have these guys on two separate sides, it actually takes a second to create stuff. If I was intelligent in any way, I would actually organize these a little bit better by putting all of the base aspects on one side. But I'm sure I'll get to that eventually. So let me toss another piece of iron in there. Switch to brass. Actually, I'll toss a couple bits in there. How about all 6? Let's click. Are you still trying to make? Oh, you are. No. What are you doing? There. You happy? Like that. What? I blame the laggy server. All right, let's calm down. Let's make some alchemical brass. There we go. All right, give me a bunch. Look at that. It's just pulling it right out. Isn't that cool? The emptying essentia transfuser is fantastic. It makes doing stuff like this, I don't know, I would say roughly 1,000,000 times easier. Just spits it out just like that. It's so much easier than sitting down there at the crucible trying to make sure you can get the least amount of waste as possible. And really, you can just do this. It's actually pretty soon to make. Again, I'm only saying this if you haven't seen it before, which I would imagine most people have. But yeah, it's pretty easy to get to the point where you can make this guy. It's under alchemy, right there. Automated alchemy. Do. Nice and simple. But these guys, man, the emptying essentia transfusers, super sweet. But that's not it. That's not all we needed to do. We actually need to mess around with this big conglomeration of multi-block structures. It's got the filling essentia transfusers on there, which are pretty much do the opposite of this. They dump essentia into the air, lets it float around and find its appropriate water jar. Now, I believe in the previous episode, we took a little bit of time to look at the auxiliary slurry pump and the arcane Olympics all stacked up on each other. I'm pretty sure we looked at the auxiliary slurry pumps. I have it written here on my notes that we did, but I don't really recall. So I'm just going to continue on. Oh yeah, I also have the venting port as well, which actually took me a hot minute. If we come in here and look around, we'll see the improved essentiate distillation. Yeah, I got the auxiliary slurry pump going. Pretty easy to make. Doesn't require too much, but the main focus I was working on for the past, I don't know, I'd say day or so, was finding a way to create tainted shards so I could start dealing with some of the taint issues that were coming up. Mostly in that it was kind of eating away at my Aura's V, so I'm kind of like losing aspects of like air and stuff. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks because it's really slow to come back, especially if you have a lot of taint. So I went ahead and made the auxiliary slurry pumps just to make sure that I can do more stuff at once, which is really nice. And actually, let me toss some feathers in there because I need a little bit more. We should get these guys working. Yeah, there we go. Some's going to go over there, and some's going to make its way over there. Haha. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's so fantastic. Anyway, that should be enough we want to do. I had enough, but I wanted to make sure I had extra just because our instability for making this guy is a little bit high. But hopefully all the candles and shards and stuff that I put down there will help. But anyway, as I was getting at, the tainted shards were actually kind of difficult to get because we have the tainted biomes turned off. Where were they? I was just looking at it and they've gone. Oh well. I can find it on here. Right there. This guy. The morphic processor requires a tainted shard. Period. You have, or a morphic resonator requires a tainting shard. You have to have one. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not super easy to get when you don't have a tainted biome that just kind of naturally spawns. So if you have them disabled, you have to kind of do some shenanigans. Now you can wait for a infected monster, as we mentioned before, to come across, and you can slay it and everything's happy. Oh, by the way, I finally made an ethereal bloom. It's very pretty. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything to make the taint or flux go away. It's just once it's there and in the biome, a tainted biome, if you will, it will disperse it. So I pretty much just have it here because it looks very pretty. But yeah, as I was saying, in order to get taint, I found the easiest way is to actually just go someplace far away from your base and, well, just spread taint, spread flux, dump stuff into a cauldron. That whole fun thing. So I'm going to actually run off to my little danger zone that I created and show you guys what happens if you dump a whole bunch of flux into an area where there happens to be many, many, many crystals. Alright, we're back, and I'm running out of LP. But anyway, as you can see, I've got a little cauldron sitting here that I was messing around with, and actually, if I bust out my thermometer, you'll notice that the taint levels are quite high. Wait, what? I never scanned a zombie. Are you serious? Okay. Whatever. It answers some of my questions for missing research. But anyway, as you can see, the taint level here is pretty high. It was a bit higher, but it slowly kind of started to recover over a period of time. And as you can see, there's nothing crazy going on. No crazy taint effects are happening or anything like that. That may be because of the mode that we're in, but I feel like some of the effects would still occur. But anyway, if we spend a little bit of time running around, hopefully we can find what I'm looking for. I may have gathered a bunch of them already, so I'm pretty sure I've seen some around, so let's just run around a bit. Now, originally, I did not think this was going to happen. I had no idea that this was even a thing. But I started because I wanted to produce like taint slime and stuff like that, and then I was going to kill the... What was that? Oh, he dropped a carrot. I wanted to kill the taint slime, then I would get the taint that way. But instead, after I came back the next evening, because I went to bed after spreading taint everywhere, I noticed that right there. Flux crystals. Interesting. Very interesting. This is a new mechanic. There you are. I was wondering where you were. Get away. Trying to record some video. Get out of here. Alright, I think we got him. But anyway, this is a new mechanic. Are you serious? Invincible freaking... There we go. This is a new mechanic with Thaumcraft 5. I really like this mechanic because it makes it a little bit easier for you to actually get started with like things that require tainted stuff, tainted aspects, and the Victus aspect, I think is what it's called, or something along those lines. But anyway, if you cause taint in a biome, if you cause high levels of flux, as we can see... Nice. I could have swore I scanned one already, but alright. It will cause existing crystals to transform into flux crystals. Oh yes. Oh yes. Very, very important to know. It doesn't actually say that anywhere in the book. This hurts. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, actually, wow. I think that one just changed because I was pretty sure that was not there when I came along. Ooh, I should actually grab that Terra, but I'm not. I'm really low on Terra for whatever reason. I just haven't really found that much. But yeah, if you're having troubles finding ways to get tainted crystals, because I could not get it to actually go in the... I couldn't get it to create. Like, I had so much issues with actually creating tainted crystal in the Crucible. And then when I went to smelt stuff up, I didn't get all of my taint aspect back. So I found that to be the easiest way overall. Maybe you'll get lucky with some like infested biomes, or infested enemies that drop a nice amount of evil, infested, nasty, tainted, infected, gross stuff. Ew. But I like my method. Pretty good. Relatively harmless to the server. Shouldn't be any issues just so long as you pay attention and don't let it get crazy. And you are aware, of course, of what your Thaumcraft settings are for your server. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, I'm going to make my way back to my base. Oh, yeah, in case you're curious, we were about here. And my base is up here. Looking all fancy. So let me make my way back over there. It's going to take a second because I ran out of LP. Lips. Wait, somebody living in here? Oh, man. I did not even know that. Some Aura Cascade stuff. But anyway, as we were. Okay, so now that we are back, I want to actually showcase something that I feel is extremely important once you get that first Taint Shard. Now, once you... Oh, I never noticed that. Taint Shard, Corrupting Shards. Click to purchase this. So I guess that's what unlocks once you scan a Taint Shard. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's why it wouldn't craft for me, because I hadn't actually done the research yet. Because I had enough Taint to actually craft this, but it would not work. It wouldn't work, even though I could look up the recipe, so... That's a good point. So I guess you can't actually craft them until you scan one in reality. Good to know, good to know. So there you go, a little bit of learning for me there, right on camera. So as I was saying, once you get a little bit into Thaumcraft, eventually you'll be able to do this Crystal Farmer research that I actually mentioned this before. I think this research we did on camera. But yeah, it's pretty important. It's a pretty good one to go ahead and do, and to go ahead and make. These crystals that you can see, including the Flux one, is going to allow you to kind of not so much automate, but it's going to allow you to passively create crystals. So you, like in the event of, like for example, I'm really low on earth shards and air shards. It would probably be in my best interest to make some of these guys, like we saw in the book. Because what these are going to do is as they sit here, they're going to slowly grow more crystals. I actually haven't had any air crystals grow for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. And this taint crystal, or this flux crystal, has yet to grow. However, this one has grown quite a bit. And that means that I can just walk over here, hit it with the right clicks, and I get some tainted shards, just like that. Hell yeah. I originally, when I went and taintified that biome and filled it up with all the nasty flux, I found like 40 or 50 tainted shards, grabbed them all, hoarded them like, oh man, all these tainted shards. Oh, I've been working for these for freaking hours and hours trying to find a way to make these. And someone on the server actually mentioned, like, hey man, you should make some crystals. And I actually made one for him, just like, thank you man, thank you for mentioning this to me. Brilliant idea. So now I have them sitting here passively creating, so I don't have to ever worry about running out. So I would highly recommend that with your first shard or couple shards, because the instability for creating a tainted shard is moderate, so be a little careful. So you might want to have a couple on hand whenever you go to do it. But yeah, once you do it, you'll be able to have plenty. It's quite nice. So anyway, what I wanted to do to wrap up this episode is actually create, well, maybe not wrap up, but towards the end of this episode is actually create a few of these, where are they at? These morphic resonators for our Thaumostatic harness, which I'm pretty sure we'll have time to create this episode. If not, I'll be sad. But anyway, where were we? We just need one, but because of the instability, I'm going to go ahead and make two. Oh, by the way, I finally did the elemental rod research, and I've got this fatty boss reed wand. I highly recommend, actually, if you're going to make the silverwood wand, like if you're working towards that, I would take a little detour and just go ahead and do the elemental wands first, because if you want to do Thaumium wand caps and the Silverwood wand core, which in everyone's mind that's the goal. That's the dream, right? That's what you want. You can't. It's a little bit more V than you can hold with the Greatwood wand, so you're kind of forced to kind of go in this direction, grab one of the elemental wands, and then you can make the Silverwood wand core because they don't have a 375 capacity, which is quite nice. Plus, the Reed one is really good to have, I found, for jumping around with the grapple. And if you have a bunch of arcane levitators, which mine still don't work. They still don't work. I might have to move stuff around in my base a little bit to be able to use them. But, well, nah, that's a me thing, getting distracted. So anyway, as we were, I really want to make the thermostatic harness. Oh, man. So I should have everything ready. A couple brass plates, morphic resonator, greatwood planks. I think I need some iron. Yes, I do. So let me make sure that I have everything prepared before we go ahead and do this, and then I will be right back. All right, here we go. We are ready to do this. So, as far as the recipe goes, we should have everything. 2 brass plates, 2 greatwood planks, 2 air shards, 2 iron ingots, leather tunic, and the morphic resonator. Now, we already made sure that we have all the volatus. We have more than enough potentia. Oh, yeah, potentia. That's the name. Modus and Machina. Machina I already did. I think what I used for Machina was buttons. Buttons were fantastic for Machina, so go ahead and do that if you need Machina. So let me double check on the Machina. Yeah, okay, we're good. We got 47 up there. So brass plates, 1 morphic resonator, 2 air shards, 2 greatwood planks. We have the 1 extra guy sitting over here, but that is fine. Leather tunic in the middle, and what am I missing? Oh, the iron. Oh, wait, do I need one more? Do I need one more pedestal? Holy cow. I think I do. Okay. Let me make one more pedestal real quick. Really? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Wow. Well, excuse me. I am sorry. I did not realize. Where are you, pedestal? I don't know how to make you off the top of my head. Are you serious? There we go. I'm not really sure where to put this. I guess I'll put you right there. This is not. Oh, God, this is going to end badly. This is why I have extra stuff, just in case. Just in case things go horrible. Which I'm kind of expecting them to, because of the high stability. So just pay attention, make sure we don't lose anything. Thankfully, we don't have anything too terribly expensive outside of the morphic resonators, seeing as Tainted Shards are a little bit limited. So how are we doing? All right, everything's draining out nicely. Just running around, double checking, make sure you don't lose anything, because it can be very, very easy to miss it. I feel like Victor Frankenstein running around my laboratory, checking pressure gauges, checking nozzles, turning things on and off, making sure nothing screws up. Except I'm not actually touching things. I'm just looking at things. But it seems like all of my crystals and stuff are doing a pretty good job at making sure that nothing goes crazy. No ridiculous... Oh! Boom! See, that's why we have that. Would have lost one of our brass doolies? Plates. Oh, we didn't even lose it. Just fell off. That's fine. Oh, man. Are we actually going to do this with, like, very little issues? Hell yeah. Nice. Thermostatic harness, baby. All right, let's give it a shot. So it comes with an air discount, which is super nice, and it has a V discount as well. It's only 1%, so... I mean, you can wear it instead of the thaumaturge's robes, right? Nice. I wonder if it still has the fancy lightning effects. So H turns it on. Come on, I want to fly. Come on. right, let's double check the controls. Activate hover harness. All right, so it is conflicting with something. What's pissing off the hover harness? Pneumatic helmet hack. I don't want to hack. I'm not a hacker. We'll make you 9. All right, let's turn this baby on. On. Come on, I just want to fly, all right? What? Is it still conflicted? No, it shouldn't be. Activate hover harness. Yeah. Maybe there's just no air anywhere. Anywhere near my base. All right. That's fine. Let's double check, make sure that we didn't screw anything up. Harness is powered by V. It draws directly from the local aura. Single unit of air in Ignis V provides enough power for 1 second of flight. The harness has an internal buffer that stores enough V for 10 seconds of flight if the local aura is depleted. Press H while wearing the harness. Oh, pressing H while wearing the harness activates or deactivates it. It can be enchanted with haste. Ooh, I should do that. Enchanting, increase speed. Does not, yeah, it doesn't worry about my block breaking speed. So, I don't know, let's... There we go. We got a little bit in there. A little bit of juice just filled up. All right, so I guess it's just really weak around my base at the moment. So, H. Yes, it does still have the particle effects. Whew, it's very slow. It's very slow. But I can fly now. I have a reliable form of flight. Just like that. Hell yeah. Thermostatic. Oh, God. Harness. Get. Yay. It's so slow. Hell yeah. Now there's not... How do I go down? Alright, so it's shift to go down. It's not like standard creative flight where you double tap to fall, that kind of thing. It's a little bit different, but you can still fly around pretty nicely. I like it. Oh man, this is so awesome. This means I can finally finish building my Thaumcraft base. This is what I've been waiting for to finish building it, was to get the thermostatic harness so I can fly around and do it easily. Yay. Now I just need to enchant it. So slow. Alright, so that's probably what I'm going to be working on a little bit off camera, just gathering levels so I can enchant this beast. And for Thaumcraft, I think there's a little bit more stuff I still want to take a look at. I was thinking about getting the belt. Yeah, but I have a runic belt. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful flying around my base. I don't, there's like no air around my base. So, hell yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode there. Like I said, I have a few more things I still want to do in Thaumcraft. And I think a lot of them have to do with golems. Golems are definitely fantastic. I've kind of just seen golems in other videos and stuff around YouTube. I haven't had the opportunity to try them out myself. I also want to kind of dive into the Crimson Cult stuff to see if that's changed at all. If this hasn't changed, if the Crimson Cult stuff hasn't changed, I probably won't do it on camera. Because it would more than likely just be the same as Thaumcraft. You can just go check out my modded Minecraft series of that. But golems, we'll definitely be looking at golems. Probably going to set up a farm of some sort. And yeah. And then from there, well, who knows? We still have to check out Botania. We still have to check out some RF tool stuff to see how that's doing in the new 1.8.9 updates. And Pneumatic Craft as well. And, well, there's a whole slew of mods that we still need to take a look at. So thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin. Like I said, next episode we might be doing a little bit more with Thaumcraft. We shall see. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.